Hey, let me share this because it may help somebody out there. Have you ever considered what Jesus might say if he was actually in person on the earth about what's taking place over there in Gaza? Because the church is mighty quiet in terms of something that's morally significant. Not a word in most cases. Why? Because they're bought, sold out, and deceived in many cases. Don't have nothing to say, and many have been deceived to think that it's the will of God. And in the scripture, we find that God give his divine will, and he also give his permissible will simultaneously. And people get mixed up and think something that he's telling you that's going to take place is his will because he's informing you. No, he give his divine will and he give his permissible will that man created simultaneously. So he talk about many things that people mistake as his divine will. And you have to be able to separate the two. That's where the wisdom of God come in at. So in Luke 21 verse 24, he's talking about the end time hours. He make these statements: and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captives into all nations. Who was he talking about? I know many of you never heard of this, but he was talking about the transatlantic slave trade as an identifying marker of the end time hour. Yes, the transatlantic slave trade set many other things in motion. So keep that in mind. And so, yes, they should be led away captives into all nations. Yes, they're going to be led away captives as prisoners against their will into all nations. They didn't flee. They didn't run. They was taken violently from the west coast of Africa. And Jesus was confirming what Noah had been told, Abraham had been told, what Moses said, what Samuel said, what Jeremiah said. All the prophets, Ezekiel, they all gave word to the transatlantic slave trade. But the B part of that verse, he said, and the Gentiles should trot in Jerusalem until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Now he said Gentiles, keep that in mind, will destroy Jerusalem, Gaza, which is where the Palestinians at. And we're witnessing that now today. Gentiles will do this, is what Jesus said. Now you may think of something else because you've been deceived about what the truth is, but Jesus said, and the Gentiles should trot in Jerusalem until, that means a period of time, they're going to destroy, they're going to flatten, they're going to pound Jerusalem. And we're witnessing that now. We signify this as the end time hour. It's time to wake up and listen to what the Spirit is saying. But they were destroyed until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. In the time of